This is my new poem. It's called Alphabet People. I look at the situation today in not just this country but the world, and it seems to me like that LGBT movement has been hijacked in a way by people with a political agenda. And as a result of that, it's causing so much anger and division and bad feeling. And at a time when I feel as though we should be coming together. I mean, for me, the powers that be in this world have always divided us and conquered us with different things. I mean, the old ones were always race, religion, political opinions, and so on and so forth. But this is like a new way of dividing and conquering us at a really important time when, as human beings, we should all be coming together to stop the things that are being imposed upon us, more or less by the week now, by these few people at the top. And I just think the whole issue has become so angry and aggressive, and there's a heck of a lot of anger and aggression being aimed at the LGBT community as a result of all of this, So I just wrote this poem. I called it Alphabet People, and I hope it resonates, and I hope you like it. Please stop ramming it down my throat. Listen, right, I'm just a straight down the line, take me as you find me kind, a northern working class bloke. And I'm just too busy trying to stay afloat, trying to get by, trying to scratch an existence in these most desperate times as best I can, to have a problem with anyone who's transgender, gay, lesbian, or wants to identify as a woman or a man, or even a cat, dog, sheep, or goat. Let's live and let live the way that we want. How's that for a plan? But just don't ram your way down my throat. Stop trying to make me, force me into believing your innermost feelings. And don't attack me because I refuse to believe it when you tell me that flaws are really ceilings, but just know in your heart that I still accept you. Why? Well, because you're a human being, so am I. But that doesn't mean I have to go around agreeing with everything you tell me or everything you say. But just because we disagree, it doesn't mean I wish harm on anyone who's transgender, non-binary or gay. All I ask is that you just stop trying to bully people into agreeing and thinking your way, because bullying isn't right. I've been bullied all my life and I'm done with it. As far as I'm concerned, bullying's at its day. So I'm asking you, please stop ramming it down my throat. Why does it seem like you're constantly seeking validation? Why do you even feel the need to justify your existence and your creation to anyone, let alone me? I'm no one, just me. Why can't you just be? Why don't you do you and let me do me? Why do I have to believe what my eyes don't see? If I told you that, I don't know, deep down inside I felt that I was the second coming of Jesus Christ, would you accept that as truth if I offered no proof? If your heart didn't feel, if you didn't see it with your eyes, would you indulge me? Would you tell me lies? Would you take your feelings and beliefs and put them second to mine? Would you lie to yourself? Would you take your feelings and beliefs along with your sanity and lock them in a box and put them high upon a shelf? Or would you question what I said? Would you doubt me? Would you wonder about my mental health? Would you even scorn or laugh? Of course you would. Don't say you wouldn't to win an argument, because I might be a comedian, but I'm not daft. And I'm not saying that I'm the second coming of Jesus Christ. I use that analogy because it's like Christianity's always coming under attack. No, what I'm saying is, you have your feelings, I've got mine. Let's draw a line. Let's understand each other's neutral. And let that be that. And let's not ram anything down each other's throats. If only you'd let me elect to accept what you tell me of my own free will, then you'd have my respect, but you don't. You harass and you harangue and you don't give a damn. If you browbeat people like me into submission, like I'm some uneducated savage and you're like a Spanish conquistador on some holy, papal, converting, conquering kind of mission, don't do that because you haven't got my permission. So stop ramming it down my throat. Because it's almost like your fight for equality and rights has morphed into some sort of bitter, aggressive, ideological, political crusade, one where if people don't sing along to the words and the tune of your song, they face death by social media, or a career ruined, or some angry, vitriolic tirade from screaming people with purple hair and piercings made. Is that what your community campaigned for in the 1960s, to win freedom of expression at the expense of other people's? To lose diversity of opinion? Is that what the milkman marched for on the streets of San Francisco on some rainbow-coloured sky blue pink parade? Because I don't think it is, and from that opinion I won't be swayed. So why are you trying to ram it down everybody's throats? I'm not small-minded enough to believe that transgender and homosexuality are sadly lacking in morality or they're a sin. I mean, I identify as a Christian male, but I'm flesh and I'm blood, and God knows how I feel. I drink alcohol, beer, plenty of it, and I have sex. Well, I don't now, but I did, and I masturbate frequently. I always have done, nearly every day since I was a kid. And I swear and I curse, but I never judge people or preach at people, or quote chapter and verse to blame or shame or defame anyone who's not the same as me. I love and I tolerate of my own volition and choice, so please don't try and stifle my voice, because I'll never, ever use it to spit fire and brimstone from the highest steeple at all you multicoloured alphabet people, because I never let fear or hatred or bigotry win. I've shared a bed with a gay man, my mate, and woke up hugging him, arms and legs wrapped round each other in a tangled muddle. I'll be man enough to admit I enjoyed that cuddle. It was in all innocence, both of us comfortable, respecting each other's difference in the early morning sunshine as a new day was about to begin. Good friends, forever befriended. And that's the way the story ended, because he didn't try and ram it down my throat. And please, no jokes. Stop hounding and pounding, trying to stop all dissent. Stop branding and trying to destroy. Stop trying to mould and cajole and indoctrinate each child, every girl, every boy. Let them be babies, not babies. On this point, there's no maybes. Let them breathe and ease and grow. Let them nourish and flourish like a tide. Let them ebb and flow and discover who and what they are. Let them enjoy the innocence of their childhood. Let them hero worship SpongeBob SquarePants and wish upon Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Please, don't ram it down their throats. It's so divisive. It makes people angry because it's just an innocent bridge too far. So please don't ram it down their impressionable throats. I'll take a big breath, a deep breath, as I let you into a little secret, because I don't feel justified now to keep it. But I'm body dysmorphic. I always have been. I hate how I look, how I am. And when I was a boy, I had lots of boys' toys, but I loved dressing up in women's nylon knickers and tights. To Americans, that's pantyhose, that belonged to me mum, because I loved the feel, that's all, of nylon rubbing soft on my balls. But it was only a nylon fetish, a fantasy. It certainly wasn't real. And I grew up to be a heterosexual guy. I was just a little boy experimenting with sex. I was learning, not yearning, to be transgender or bi. But if I was that little boy in that position today, then chances are some therapist would be saying I was trapped in the wrong body, and my parents would have little to say, as they recommended that a surgeon mutilated me and cut off my dick. And the big black money-making vulture of Big Pharma picked at my flesh. The thought makes me sick of them making more filthy money quick as they rammed it down my throat. I see all kinds of division that exist today in all kinds of ways, not just between straight, transgender and gay. And the bottom line for me is, why can't people see that we're all being played by a handful, a tiny handful of globalists at the top who just don't stop stirring the pot between factions and people at the bottom like you and me via the press that they own, constantly, deliberately trying to conquer and divide. They want spiteful, they want mean, they want conflict, they want vicious and malicious and angry and nasty and snide, because it shifts our attention away from them and all of the politicians and governments they own and control, and all their guilt and their crimes, and all of their ranks who've lied. So let's all of us open our eyes wide and come together. Be tolerant of each other's views. Let's not light that globalist fuse. And let's all hold hands moving forward in peace and tolerance, and most of all, pride. And let's ram that down their throats. Peace.